You ever find yourself staring at your bank account 3 days before payday, looking at a balance that barely covers a tank of gas, while an unexpected bill sits on your kitchen counter? It is one of the most frustrating, anxiety-inducing feelings in modern financial life. You know you have worked the hours. You know the money is legally yours. But because of a rigid 2-week payroll schedule designed decades ago, your hard-earned cash is locked away while your real-life expenses refuse to wait. This gap between working and getting paid creates a massive dilemma. Do you eat a $35 bank overdraft fee for a $40 bill? Do you swipe a credit card and pay 25% interest? Or do you turn to fintech apps like EarnIn that promise to give you access to your pay before your official payday? That brings up the central question every financially conscious person needs to ask. Is EarnIn actually worth using, or is it just a prettier, app-based version of a debt trap? To answer that, you have to look past the slick marketing and understand how the platform works, where the hidden financial traps live, and what it really does to your long-term cash flow. At its core, EarnIn is an earned wage access service. Unlike a traditional loan, EarnIn doesn't run a credit check or look at your credit score. Instead, it hooks directly into your bank account and tracks your work hours, either through electronic timesheets or location tracking that verifies when you are at your workplace. Based on those earned hours, EarnIn allows you to cash out up to $150 a day or up to $1,000 per pay period, depending on your individual account limits. When your actual payday arrives and your employer direct deposits your paycheck into your bank account, EarnIn automatically debits the exact amount you previously withdrew. On paper, this sounds like a lifesaver. You avoid overdraft fees, you bypass predatory payday lenders charging 300% interest, and you get immediate relief. But the primary fear many financial experts and everyday users raise is the cycle of dependency. When you pull $200 out of next Friday's paycheck today, you aren't creating new money, you are simply stealing from your future self. Next Friday, when your paycheck hits, it will be $200 lighter. That smaller paycheck makes it significantly harder to cover your regular expenses for the next 2 weeks, which suddenly makes you feel like you have to use EarnIn again just to survive until the following payday. Before you know it, you are trapped on a perpetual treadmill, working to pay off the money you already spent weeks ago. Then there is the issue of cost. EarnIn advertises itself as having zero interest and no mandatory fees, which is technically true. However, the app relies heavily on 2 voluntary monetization channels, optional tips and lightning speed transfer fees. While leaving a $3 tip on a $50 advance might feel like a harmless token of appreciation, when you convert that tip into an annualized interest rate, or APR, the math becomes shocking. Borrowing $50 for 5 days with a $3 tip equates to an effective APR well over 100%. If you also opt for the lightning speed transfer fee to get your cash instantly rather than waiting 1 to 2 business days, those small $2 to $6 charges add up rapidly over time. What felt like a free service quietly consumes dozens or even hundreds of dollars out of your income each year. There are also privacy and technical hurdles to consider. EarnIn requires deep access to your financial life. You must link your checking account through secure API connections, grant the app permission to track your direct deposits, and often allow location tracking on your phone to confirm your physical presence at work. For gig workers, freelancers, or people with inconsistent direct deposit setups, EarnIn can be notoriously unreliable or flat-out unavailable, as its algorithm relies heavily on steady, predictable payroll patterns. So, when is EarnIn actually worth using? It is worth using strictly as a temporary emergency bridge, never as a regular lifestyle subsidy. If your alternative is incurring a $35 overdraft fee from your bank, paying a $50 late fee on a critical utility bill, or resorting to an actual payday lender with extortionate terms, using EarnIn without leaving a tip and using standard free transfer times is undeniably the smarter financial move. It solves an immediate crisis without damaging your credit history or plunging you into contractual debt. However, if you find yourself using EarnIn every single pay period just to cover standard recurring bills like groceries, rent, or basic transportation, the app is no longer helping you. It is masking a fundamental budget deficit. Your actionable takeaway is to treat EarnIn as a diagnostic tool rather than a financial strategy. If you must use it to cover an urgent emergency today, do 3 specific things to protect yourself. First, decline the optional tip completely. The app functions identically whether you tip or not. Second, plan ahead so you can use the standard 1 to 2 day free transfer rather than paying for expedited delivery. Third, and most importantly, immediately adjust your budget for the next pay period to absorb the smaller incoming paycheck. Use the breathing room EarnIn provides to build a basic cash safety net, even starting with just $500 in a high-yield savings account. Once you have a dedicated emergency fund, you eliminate the cash flow gaps that forced you toward earned wage access in the first place, putting you back in complete control of your money on your own schedule.